Good evening and welcome to the news at 7:30. Making the headlines tonight, Governor Obiano announces fourth phase of Community Choose Your Project initiative, and it will be advertised this week. 25,000 persons to work as INEC ad hoc staff in the state. House of Representatives passes 30,000 naira minimum wage is against 37,000 naira sent by federal government. European Union takes cogent steps to end Russian fake news as European gears towards elections this May. My name is Chidimma Oranwa, and now the news in detail. The third phase of Governor Willie Obiano's Community Choose Your Project initiative will be advertised later this week. Governor Obiano gave the hint when his thank you train stormed Ayamelum and Oyikanto areas. Government House correspondent G. Kabana reports that communities, Abga faithful and candidates turned out in their numbers to welcome the governor, who came to show gratitude to them for returning him for a second term of 4 years. His reports.
Community Primary School, Anako, and Oyi Local Government Secretariat, Nteje, was a beehive of activities with a crowd that surged the venues. Addressing the mammoth crowd, Governor Obiano, who said he will not relent in delivering more projects across the state, while pointing out that ABGA is the only platform that knows the needs of the masses and dedicated to its promises, assured that only ABGA candidates can deliver on their promises. All through. The national chairman of ABGA, Chief Victor Oye, said that because ABGA already has a serving governor, voting for other parties may form a distraction to him, adding that the party, which is already traversing parts of the country, is a better platform for good governance.
Governor by the time Governor Willie Obiano teacher about 2022, even Anambra need about 905 projects. 905 projects. It's Katanga across Anambra. If you know what the governor will do, since the Anambra Bidolo, for who going to governor Nigeria.
The Commissioner for Works, Engineer Marcel Ifejofo, and the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Greg Obi, while enumerating some of the governor's infrastructural projects in the areas visited, urged Anambra to remove all bumps on roads across the state and harped on the need to flood all elective positions with ABGA candidates to keep the governor working.
I lose palliative from Agule Junction. I don't know when they claim the federal government. Why not lose that? His Excellency the Governor of Anambra State. The contractor is suggest. His Excellency is not before a war. No, you have connect the whole of Mabala. So that he's here by Pueba.
I want to follow His Excellency is asking to make all the area easy in our road. Because from the beginning of time, we were ever fully so if I mean to put that in the next 3 years, each community invested 100 million naira in community projects. Only reason, calling the ACA
The Transition Committee Chairman of Ayamelum and Oyi Council areas, Barrister Ben Onyabo and Engineer Nnamdi Nwadiobu, respectively said that the tour, which is traditional with the governor, is well appreciated by communities in the local government areas. Stakeholders in the area, including Barrister Anthony Ifanya, Barrister Ikechukwu Onyabo, Dr. Paul Odenigbo, Mr. Uchenna Okafo, among others, called on eligible voters who are yet to collect their permanent voter cards to do so, as it is their only tool to determine their future. The ABGA flags were handed over to the various candidates vying for different elective positions. From Oyi Local Government Secretariat, Nteje, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Governor Willie Obiano has directed the contracting firm handling the construction of Amansi Uwenu Ubene Obalfa Millibak to site. The senator representing Anambra Central Senatorial District and the National Assembly and senatorial candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA, for the forthcoming general elections, Chief Victor Ume disclosed this during his campaign visit to Oka, North Local Government Area. Political correspondent Chukwuemeka Modelim was there and now reports.
Addressing the people of Obofemile, Senator Ume attributed the development to his personal efforts to give the people a sense of belonging. Chief Ume emphasized that for the past 1 year, he represented Anambra Central Senatorial District. The people have regained all they lost in the past as he has constructed classrooms and renovated dilapidated ones in the area, offered scholarship to 70 persons from 7 local governments that make up Anambra Central, as well as engaged many youths in skill acquisition programs, among others. At the Senate, Senator Ume revealed that he sponsored motions and bills that gave Igbos a sense of belonging in Nigeria. In his remarks, the Transition Committee Chairman, Oka North Local Government Area, Mr. Ferdinand Onwuje, who stated that Anambra Central and the Igbo have felt the impact of quality representation for the past 1 year, Senator Ume has been in the Senate, assured that Oka North will vote massively for ABGA in the coming elections.
When you get in Senate, Bonya Mali Hennemen as Senate. Our business as usual. No Egabolo or represent India Anambra or represent Igbo. Ebutoji Debulu. National
The member representing Oka North constituency in the State House of Assembly, Prince Boniface Okonkwo, and APGA candidate for Oka North constituency election, Mr. John Nwokoye, added that APGA will not lose any vote in the area, just as the traditional ruler of Obofemili, Igwe Ezekwesili Madaguna, said his people will throw their weight behind APGA.
I will not win in the House of Rep. More money in the House of Assembly. You will go already. Western Oya to Anambra in the Belebama. Mawoke Mawai. But he vote it Piaka Gebes and Lokuko. In your hand, you saw everybody in a American. Now, when you didn't have the Ebana Panina and Amanda Pepito, nobody has ever in your hand. Hello.
Senator Ume also visited Ubene and Ubenu communities, where he presented his scorecard to the people and received maximum support from the people of the areas. Senator Ume later presented cash to 11 women from the communities he visited to boost their businesses. From Ubenu, Chukwuemeka Modelim, ABS News.
Thank you so much, Chukwuemeka, for that report. Construction work at the Ukwoji Oka Umwele Chinebo Isiaga Road is in progress. West correspondent Ngozi Obileri monitored pace of work on the road and now reports.
From Isiagu to Nibo seems to be easy now, following massive construction work ongoing at the Ukwojoka Umuelechi Nibo Isiagu Road, being a state government project. The contract, awarded to an indigenous contract, J. Quarrison, who hails from Nibo in Oka South Council area, commenced in earnest 3 weeks ago and has seen the earthwork from Isiagu axis of the road to Ifite Nibo. So far, a 4-cell box culvert has been constructed on the Obibia River and another 2-cell box culverts completed on the Opalayam River at the Isiagu axis. According to the project supervisor, engineer Alexander Ihedioha, the road will also have 2 1-cell box culverts at different locations. Mr. Ihedioha explained that the terrain of the road around the Obibia axis is a difficult one, coupled with the erosion menace on parts of the road, a major reason why work on the road will take up to 3 months before completion. He commended Governor Willie Obiano for prompt release of funds, which enabled them mobilize to site with all their equipment, men and materials, expressing optimism that they will deliver according to specification.
So we are making a move now to make sure that within this week we will start excavation of the mud to fill the sharp sand and laterite to give out what we want to the level of the bridge. If you can look very well, the work is in progress, but I will say we thank God for the governor remembering this campaign, even the local government chairman and the community. So we are just trying our best to see that we meet up according to the demand of the state government.
Some residents of the area, Mrs. Benaisi Okoye and Ijoma Nnamani, who expressed gratitude to state government for remembering them, lamented their plight on the road before and pledged their unalloyed support to the present administration. When completed, the road will open up road to farms at Nibo and Isiagu, where many farm produce are harvested in large quantities, thereby giving farmers in the area value for all their efforts.
What they do before, no jonjo uzo. Mana kita alwane akonye na ebuna moto ya na get steady eye elezi ji ukwu we na aga ebido mama na na alwane mama ebido kwa mama na obu na ha alucha ya mma obu na ha alule luo before mmiri ezobe obi bụ nsa ahụrụ ya nwere because anyị ataga afọ n'ụzọ ka onye ele elike ụlọgọrụlụ vegetable anyị ya na-eli agbanyụ ha ma na-akọkwa akpụ ha ma bụ ndị na-emepụta garị ya ibe ndị dị iche iche a na-alụ ebe ọ dị anyị ga-emetacha ma plantain.
From the Ukwojoka Umuelechi Nibo Isiagu Road, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
The state government has said that it is completely disheartened by the decision and determination of some officers of Ohaneze and Ndiwo to disgrace the memory of the first president of the country, Dr. Anambra Azikiwe, a worthy son of Ndiwo, Anambra, and Africa. The Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Sidan Adenova, stated this during a press briefing at the Ministry of Information, Jerome Udoja Secretariat, Oka. Correspondent Emmanuel Chiwata has details.
When can we learn from our mistakes? When can we learn from history?
Commissioner Adenova noted with regrets that a day the whole world was honoring the Zik of Africa was the day the Ohaneze leadership decided to fix a meeting of Imobi, thereby excluding themselves from the national program. Mr. Adenova considered their act as not only sabotage, but a sacrilege. Mr. Adenova, who maintained that Zik was the first and only patron of Ohaneze, said the least that was expected from them was to join the rest of the country to pay homage to the great son of Africa. He said that Governor Willie Obiano is very consistent in stating that if there is any officer of Ohaneze who could be caught, even in his dream, disrespecting the memory of Zik, it should not be the President General of Ohaneze Ndibo, Chief John Nyanwodo.
People and government of Anambra State are completely disheartened by the decision and determination of some officers of Ohaneze Ndibo to discredit the memory of the great Zik of Africa. We consider their acts not only an act of sabotage, but an act of sacrilege. Zik was the first and only patron of Ohaneze. There has never been any other petrol. The least we expected from Ohaneze officers was to join the rest of the country to pay homage to this great son of Africa.
The commissioner noted that if they had gone to the Ohaneze meeting, they would have stopped the members of Imo-Obi from endorsing presidential candidates during elections. Adenoba, however, stated that Ohaneze is not a political party or political pressure group and therefore should not show any level of partiality or affection for any individuals or groups.
Ohaneze is by definition the apex Igbo socio-cultural organization. You should not dabble into politics. Once you dabble into politics, you have severe problems. Very severe.
The managing director of National Light newspaper, Mr. Chuka Nnabuife, who was at the meeting, also bared his mind.
If Ohaneze is altruistic and very keen on the Igbo-ness of the body, Ohaneze knows that Abga Bunkanyi, is that not? Why wouldn't Ohaneze support Abga party, the Abga presidential candidate? It's not Igbo.
From Jerome Udoji Secretariat in Oka, Emmanuel Shibata, ABS News.
Still on the news tonight, the Resident Electoral Commissioner of the state, Dr. Nkwachukwu, says the commission has recruited over 25,000 ad hoc staff that will work with the commission during the 2019 general elections in Anambra State. Dr. Aji disclosed this when he led top officials of the Commission as well as officials of the European Union Election Observation Mission Nigeria 2019 to an advocacy visit to the palace of the traditional ruler of Ekwulobia, Igwe Emmanuel Onyeneke. Chibuzo Koye reports is taken from our studio.
Visit. The State Resident Electoral Commissioner explained that the advocacy visit was part of the measures mapped out by the Commission to reach out to some opinion leaders, traditional rulers, the religious leaders, among others, to sensitize and educate them about the preparedness of the Commission in this year's general elections, for them to help in educating their subjects to avoid voter apathy and avoidable mistakes during the elections. Dr. Oji, who noted that Anambra State has the highest number of increased voter registration in the country, as the state moved from 1.9 million in 2015 to about 2.5 million in 2019, urged Anambra to come out en masse to vote for the candidates of their choice during the election, as the Commission has set adequate logistics in motion to ensure that the election is free, fair, and credible, as well as reflect the wishes and yearnings of Nigerians.
We are going around to sensitize the people about the upcoming elections and just to introduce them to some of our processes. 2 weeks ago, I'm on a Council of Traditional Rulers. Yeah. So it's just a continuation of what we started doing there. But this time, we decided that we go to specific individuals within the state to help us in drumming, support, and encouraging the people to come.
Responding, the traditional ruler of Ekwulobia, Igwe Onyeneke, thanked the Commission for the visit and promised that he will help to sensitize his people for them to participate actively during the election, and appealed to the Commission to conduct a free and fair election, as this year's general elections are crucial to most Nigerians.
We will still invite the other people and relay your messages. We are happy you have done it once in Anambra State. So you are used to the terrain. You are very much used to the terrain. And from what we have heard from you, we are set to do it once more. And the good Lord will be with us. We noticed the increase in registration.
A member of the European Union Election Observation Mission Nigeria 2019, Mr. Henrik Westerby, assured that they will do an unbiased job, but appealed to Nigerians to shun acts that can destabilize the process for the good and betterment of Nigerians, as they have only Nigeria to call their country.
And we are very hopeful and confident that we will have an excellent cooperation. Thank you very much for the warm welcome that you gave us this morning also. We shall be meeting with your subjects also here, talking to people, hearing their opinions about how is indeed the Election Commission performing its tasks, Is it doing what it should do? Does it stay impartial and neutral?
The House of Representatives has approved the sum of 30,000 naira as the new national minimum wage. The approval followed the adoption of the reports by the ad hoc committee set up on the new minimum wage bill presented to the National Assembly by President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday. Passing the bill for the third reading today, the lawmakers unanimously approved the 30,000 naira recommendation by the committee in consonance with the resolution by the tripartite committee set up by the president. Buhari had in the executive bill sought the approval of 27,000 naira against the 30,000 naira agreed by the stakeholders. The Anglican Bishop of Awka Diocese, Right Reverend Alexander Ibezim, has sued for revival and renewal of family altar. Bishop Ibezim stated this in a homily at the Chapel of Redemption Unisic Permanent Site, Awka, during the Eucharistic worship for admission, rededication and thanksgiving for Awka Diocesan Women's Guild. Religious correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye attended the service and now reports.
The Eucharistic service, which was to rededicate the women anew for work of the ministry and for the presence of God to direct their activities both in their families, church and society, saw women from the 17 archdeaconries of Awka Diocese in attendance. Right Reverend Ibezim, who said that every family is in their need of family altar so as to reawake their spirit of prayers and to take charge of family differences, which is common in today's society. Bishop Ibezim revealed that altars in the church are not enough, stating that any home that have no altar is incomplete.
A beautiful family without an altar is an endangered family. That family can disappear within a single day. That family can be wiped off. Without family altar, your home is not complete. To go back to renew your family altar, the Lord will bring it to come to pass in the mighty name of Jesus Christ.
The diocesan president of Mothers Union, Women's Guild and Girls Guild, Mrs. Martha Ibezim, called on women to be responsive to their duties and maintained that motherly roles of taking charge of their families and raising godly children are important to having a serene society.
Is this call for families to come together to seek the face of God? And when we seek the face of God, we will find Him. And whatever we are asking from God, God has the power to do it more than we are asking from Him. Because God answers the prayers of women. So are we ready to go to Him in prayers to present our needs and our challenges to Him? Because He's a God that answers prayer.
In their various speeches, on behalf of the newly admitted mothers, Mrs. Blessing Nwokabia and Ijoma Ezoke thank God for elevating them to the status of womanhood, which is a vocation, asking God for His grace and promised to keep to the vows made to God and humanity.
Wow, I'm very happy because all the while I've been wearing white in my parish. But today, from now henceforth, I know that I will be in uniform like others. I'm very happy. I'm very glad. With God's grace, I say God, thank you for your grace upon us.
I feel so excited. It's an unforgettable experience. I've not seen a crowd like this, but I came with a positive heart, knowing that I'm being admitted into the mother's field, and then it's a wonderful experience.
The service featured series of prayers and thanksgiving by the women. From Chapel of Redemption, Unisic, Awka, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
And on the foreign scene, the EU has urged advertising trade associations and U.S. internet giants to intensify the fight against disinformation campaigns from suspects such as Russia ahead of European elections in May. The European Commission said Google, Facebook, Twitter, Mozilla and trade groups have made some progress towards meeting their pledges to fight fake news by removing fake accounts and checking suspect sites. His remark came as the Commission, the 28-nation European Union's executive arm, issued its first report on how well internet actors were doing in meeting pledges made late last year in a code of practice to fight disinformation. The Commission said additional action is needed to ensure full transparency of political ads by the start of the campaign in EU member countries for the elections. It also urged platforms to provide access to data for research purposes and to ensure cooperation between platforms and member countries through rapid alert system. And now sports. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, has extended the date of the 2019 African Cup of Nations, AFCON, by 6 days, following pleas by North African nations who will be involved in Ramadan fasting. CAF stated this in a statement through their official website yesterday. The AFCON finals will now begin on June 21, with the final now set for July 19. Morocco, Tunisia, and Algeria are among countries to have sent in the request to CAF. Meanwhile, CAF had announced that Egypt will be the host nation for the 2019 AFCON finals, taking over from Cameroon. It will be the first time there will be 20 teams at the tournament. And that's just about it on the news. But before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And now the recap of our major stories. Governor Obiano has announced the third phase of Community Choose Your Project initiative, and it will be advertised this week. 25,000 persons are to work as INEC ad hoc staff in the state. House of Representatives has passed 30,000 naira minimum wages against 27,000 naira sent in by the federal government. European Union is taking steps to end Russian fake news as Europeans gear towards elections this May. That's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for watching. My name is Chidinma Orangwa. Good night.